News first in the morning right here and anytime on Twitter at NCity.
It's great to have our good friend from World FM, Naz, join us tonight. Naz, thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me once again. We have a really exciting film to talk about today.
Well, we do, and it's released next Friday. And
Yes.
you're kind of doing different. Instead of a trail, you've brought some of the posters from the show.
Yeah, so I think like when they're making these posters for films, they put a lot of energy and creativity
Sure.
into it. And so I was examining those posters, and they actually reveal a lot about the story. So I thought I'd bring them in.
Okay, well, which one do you want to start with?
So the first one is of a character named Akshata. And so in her particular poster, there's a couple of things that I noticed. First, she's wearing clothes that you would normally wear traditionally if you were the one getting married. So hinting at the fact that she might be the bride in this story. Another thing that I noticed is her expression on her face. It's one of like, she looks like she's up to something to me. A little bit.
Sure.
Yeah, and then finally, something in her hand. So what she's holding is actually tamarind, and that could hint that maybe she's pregnant before marriage.
Oh.
And so in South Asia, a lot of the time, medical care is really expensive, so you try to do homeopathic or naturopathic remedies. And tamarind is actually taken to treat nausea, because it has a lot of iron, but it's also taken by pregnant women, number one, to lower the chance of an early birth, and also to increase the chances of very healthy fetal development. So that's what I gathered from this poster.
That's a lot of information. Now, we didn't even mention the name of the show, and I'm not even going to try, but you can
Okay.
there. Lali?
Yes, Lali ki shadi mein ladu diwana.
That's a lot of vowels.
Yes, it's a big one for me too. I practiced a little bit before I got on there.
Roughly translated?
Roughly translated. So Lali is actually a term of endearment for a female.
Okay.
Ladu is a term of endearment for a male. So the translation of this is Lali is getting married, but Ladu is the one going crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so clear now.
Yeah, so clear.
So we talked about the girls' poster. Now there's a boys' poster. Let's
Yes.
talk about this one.
Okay, so this one is of the character Vivan. And his poster reveals quite a bit too. So if you look at the poster, he's holding a bunch of roses, but they're dry and wilted. And another thing about this poster is that his face is kind of like sad, but also kind of desperate. So questions arose to my mind, like, who is he? What is his story in this film? Why are his roses wilted and dry? And is he the father of this baby? So as you can see, these posters are creating a lot of curiosity and a lot of interest to potential film goers.
That's so cool. Now there's the third one has to do with a prince.
Yes. So this is Prince Veer, aka Gurmeet. And as you can see, his flowers are not dry or wilted. They're red and fresh and beautiful. And the expression on his face, I take it as shock.
Sure.
What do you think?
I would say, yeah, he looks like, what did you just say?
Shock.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah.
what he's saying.
Yeah. Like, what did you just say to me?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, so that's exactly what I see here as well. And so increasing the curiosity of this film, right?
That's so cool. Now the final one has everybody, I believe. Whoa, a lot of characters. So what is going on in this scene?
So this looks to me like a family portrait. Of course, we know that this is a wedding film. We can tell by looking at each and every one of these characters. They're dressed in different costumes. They have different facial expressions. This is going to be a film with quirky characters. It's going to be a comedy. We see our three main people in this particular scene. You see that Akshata is actually pregnant, or maybe it's a possibility of a fake pregnancy. I don't know.
Okay.
Prince Veer has his beautiful flowers, and Vivan has a teddy bear. So I don't really know what's going on in this poster, but I hope that my prediction of what's going on in this film is correct. I guess we'll know the real secrets when it does release April 7th.
I love that poster. It's so cool. So is this one generating a lot of buzz at home?
Yes. So this one is not going to appear here in the city of Edmonton in the Cineplex theaters, but I think this one's generating a lot of buzz over in South Asia. And it's really interesting because the synopsis, when I was researching, is only one sentence.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And that is Lali and Lardu get all mixed up in a royal wedding in a place known as Vadodara. And what I know about Vadodara is that it's actually the cultural capital of Gujarat. And it's the home to some of the most beautiful palaces and castles that ever existed in history. So it's really interesting. This film just keeps sparking my curiosity with more and more what I learn about this film.
So the approach they're taking as far as marketing this is really doing it, because
Yeah.
a lot of times you see the big trailers and you kind of figure out what's going on, but
Yeah.
you're kind of in the dark. They're hinting, but they're not letting us in full on what's going on.
Yeah, and the posters, normally you see a poster and you don't realize what goes into the making of a poster.
Sure.
And these ones, they spent time on these posters. They spent time trying to tell us what's going on. But I'm still kind of in the dark about it. But I want to go see this film and figure it all out.
It'll be a lot of fun. Now, before I let you go, I have to ask you, growing up, did you have any movie posters in your bedroom?
Oh, wow. It's funny. My dad hated having posters on the wall.
Okay.
But I had a best friend, and their parents actually gave them the basement. They know who I'm talking about if they're hearing this.
Yes.
So they had all the girls had this basement, and in their bathroom they plastered Bollywood film posters all over the wall, and we all thought it was like the coolest idea. Like, your parents actually let you do this?
Yeah.
And so I really remember that wall plastered with Bollywood posters and posters of South Asian fashions and stuff, but I was only allowed to put up posters that were in picture frames.
Okay.
So not a whole lot of inspirational posters, I would call them.
Well, when I moved out at 18 years old to go play junior, I bought a poster. It was Saturday Night Fever.
Oh, really?
I love that guy. I wish I could dance. I'd stand in front of him, try to move him.
You know what? Actually, when I started living in a dorm in university, I was really into fashion, and so I started putting pictures of clothes, of fashion designer clothes that I really liked, and I had that plastered on the wall of my dorm because I never got to put quirky posters up before.
Wow. Dad, it was very hard on you.
No, he wasn't. He was a pretty awesome guy.
It's a sad tale.
Yes,
Your
so
father,
sad.
Naz's father, if you're listening, this young lady.
Oh, now he lets me put posters on my own house. On my own house.
Okay,
on my own
whatever you
house.
want.
Yeah.
Hey, Naz, you're the best. Enjoy this film. Comes out this Friday.
Yeah, April 7th.
Awesome. Thank you for this.
Thank you.
Right now, out to Bridget, who's been patient all night. Bridget, I'm sorry. We're busy in the studio. Out to you.
Okay, so we're here. I'm so